Those lies have cost me $10,000. Yes, I am $10,000 in debt because of her lies.
Mikayla has found herself in some more trouble, and this, like all the other things that have happened with her, totally could have been avoided, and I just don't know how she's constantly choosing to get herself into situations where people can call her out. Obviously, we talked a lot about Mikayla and how people have called her out a ton for not disclosing ads or being honest about sponsorships and things like that. But now she's getting called out for making some promises she couldn't keep, at least not in a timely manner. And it turned into a whole big drama that isn't making her look too good right now. So what's going on is that this small business owner, Matthew, made a video talking about how Mikayla made all these promises to him last year that she would review his brand, leading him to believe that he needed to spend money to get all this stock ready. And then she kept putting it off, and as of me recording this, she still hasn't made a video reviewing his product. She's claiming that she's going to, but given that she's promised him this a number of times before, I'd be surprised if she did. Basically, Matthew created a custom self-tanner product that is tailored to your skin tone, hair color, and eye color. He said he made a video last October asking Mikayla for her help to promote his brand, and in some pretty interesting timing, 4 days after asking Mikayla for some help, she ended up reviewing the competitor brand, which he did not think was a coincidence.
I tried to convince myself that it was a coincidence, but there were a few girls who went viral from reviewing my product that were genuine, authentic reviews. And this multi-million-dollar brand went after them, paying them to do reviews of their brand and mention the things that were unique about my product, but instead say it about theirs. So imagine my surprise when 4 days after I asked Mikayla if she would review my small business, she reviews the specific line from the multi-million-dollar company who was knocking me off. Now keep in mind, when I asked her to review my product line and then she reviewed the competitor 4 days later, their line had been out for 6 months at this time. So I didn't believe it to be a coincidence. It's not that I was blaming her. I didn't think it was her fault. But I thought, wow, this company has already gone after the small influencers who blew up my brand and paid them. They must have seen my video to Mikayla and now paid her too.
The video he made wondering if it was a coincidence or not got 4 million views. Mikayla being one of the views because she ended up DMing him the next day, and from what we can see, she said, "Hi Matthew, I wanted to reach out because I saw your recent video and I wanted to apologize and let you know it was an absolute coincidence. I had absolutely no idea about the situation between you and blank. I had not seen the video you posted a few days ago. I'm extremely sorry for this though. It would never be my intention to hurt a small business. I think I actually have your tanner. I believe it was sent to me a bit back and it's in my tanner drawer. I'm going to check when I get home. Regardless, I'm away for work right now, but when I get home, I will make my purchase and try your tanner ASAP. Thank you to introducing me to it and I am excited to try it. Also, just because you had mentioned it, I personally do not have any affiliation with blank. It just happened to be the tanner I recently got. I didn't have any obligation to them." And then she ended up telling him that she wished that he had come to her first before making the TikTok that he did. And he was like, "How?" And so she gave him her number.
So then she gave me her phone number, asked to speak on the phone. We talked for like 20 minutes. She was like, my parents are small business owners. They've experienced similar things. Like, wow, this poor girl, like she's young, she's doing the best she can. Once she's home, she shows me that she has the product, as well as it's all over my competitor, but I'm not gonna blast that. And for a second, I really thought like, wow, maybe this misunderstanding is turning into a friendship.
She had promised him that she was going to make a review of his product, but it just never came out. She kept putting it off or maybe wasn't interested. And this is what I'll say before we get any further, is that if Mikayla did not want to review this product, she should have either been straight up with this guy or just not have started the conversation in the first place. I could see if she was upset that he made a TikTok accusing her of promoting his competitor brand after he asked her to promote his product, and her being upset about that if it wasn't true and wanted to clear up the situation. But if you didn't want to also review his product, you should have just said, "Hey, wanted to let you know I didn't do that maliciously. Hope you understand." End of conversation. But proceeding to make him promises she clearly didn't want to keep and then lying to him, as you'll see, that's how she got herself into this mess right here.
Well, in October, she told me she was posting it ASAP, and then 2 months passed by. I really just had grieved the idea and moved forward. I was like, damn, it's unfortunate that she really is the person that people say she is. I don't think that she understands that just because I don't have 15 million followers, I do have almost 72,000. And people tag her in my videos and ask me about her every single day now for the past 3 months.
On a live, Matthew had been asked the status of Mikayla reviewing his product, and he said that he didn't think it was going to happen and to let it go. His fans were upset for him and ended up going to Mikayla's page, asking her about the whole situation, and she saw it and texted him, "I don't know if you mentioned me or something somewhere, but I'm getting so many comments about trying the tanner, and I'm actually using it this weekend. I only tan for special occasions, but I have a wedding this weekend and I'm so excited to use it. I'll be posting a video about it tomorrow." Her saying this led Matthew to want to take out a loan and order more products, so when she did post her review, he would be able to handle the demand of people purchasing. Because Mikayla had said before that she won't be reviewing indie brands going forward due to the fact that they can't seem to handle the demand that she brings after posting a review.
There's been a few instances where the indie brand cannot handle the capacity to fulfill all of those orders.
Matthew said that he had watched Mikayla for a while now, so he remembered her saying this, and it played a really big part in him wanting to get this loan. And the last thing that I wanted to do was embarrass myself, my business, or her. Shopify had kept offering me a $10,000 loan. So when she told me, "I'm reviewing this tomorrow," I was like, let me take that loan. The money gets deposited within like 24 hours, and I spent all $10,000 on product. I honestly felt like that day was Christmas. I was so excited. I kept refreshing my TikTok feed. And when she finally posted, she clearly had a tan on, but it was hideous. Yeah, you guys, you knew where this was going. It was not good. Basically, she did post a video with a tan, but it wasn't a review and she wasn't even using his product. But she tried to play it off at first like she was, but he says that she was lying and actually got a spray tan. He was left wondering why she didn't end up following through on her word and ended up messaging her, letting her know that he did spend the money because he thought she was posting the review and thought that she would make it right if he just let her know the situation, and texted her saying, "So I don't want to sound like a pest or pile on when you're not feeling great. I was never planning on following up about a review at all because, like I said, you don't owe me anything. But when you texted me 3 weeks ago saying you were doing it the next day, I placed a 10K order with my lab, bigger than I've ever done before, because I wanted to be prepared. So that's made me a little stressed. I'm super sensitive and understanding when it comes to your mental health. That should be your #1 priority always. But if you do manage to muster up their energy for a New Year's Eve tan or sometime soon, I'd be super, super grateful." She said, "OMG, well, the good news is you'll have the stock when the video is posted. I didn't have time to do the review that day, so I decided to just try it and see what I thought, and then my next tan, I'd film the review when I had more time. I didn't want to rush it and she hasn't helped her case content-wise because Matthew says she's gotten 2 tans since they talked, which obviously doesn't make her look very good when it comes to keeping her word to him. Well, she did find the time to do a New Year's Eve tan. He made this TikTok because he has product to get rid of, and well, the orders have been coming in for him. Tons of people have been supporting him in ordering after hearing his story. His website even says that there will be a little bit of a delay because the demand is so high, so good for him. In the end, people did buy these products that he spent all this money on. But Mikayla's comments are still filled with people begging her to do the review and make things right, and she has agreed in the comments from what I've seen. Someone said, "Can you review Matt's tanner?" And she said, "Yes, I will be." Now, by the time I post, she might have one up, at least hopefully for Matthew's sake. But if not, well, that's just not a good look. And I'll say that even when and if she does post this review, it doesn't erase how it took him publicly speaking out and tons of people calling her out in the comment section to get her to do it. And that's quite literally the only reason she ever messaged him in the first place. Whenever they talked, it was always for her to diffuse a fire, it seems, because either people saw a video of his that got a lot of views accusing her of promoting his competitor, or him saying that he didn't know where the review was, and every time, instead of just saying that she didn't have the time or didn't want to, she just played nice and said that she would post the review. If she was annoyed that he was getting her called out and didn't want to promote his product, she should have just never promised a review. It's that simple. But now it's a whole mess of a situation, and as of right now, that's where things are in regards to this. I want to know what you guys think about all of this mess in the comments. Let me know all your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.